So Kawabata will be leading with the obvious #1 qualifying position, M qualifying 17th. Kawabata, Toyo Tires, ready R35 GTR. All right, getting a thumbs up from Kawabata, getting a thumbs up from M. Tell your friends, hashtag FD Japan, we are live. Here we go. Kawabata will lead, M giving chase. Should be a good battle here. Separation already. Let's see if M drops into formation. Good initiation by Kawabata out of the gate. Look at the smoke coming off that. Gets just beyond the white line, filling that second rear clipping zone like a boss. Look at that. Coming into the final one. Kawabata, the robot that is Kawabata. Out front, Kawabata, get a chase. Here we go. All right, so M really needs to hang it out here, but he's got Kawabata nipping already at his heels. Good initiation by M. Kawabata hiding in the smoke, tucking in. M just barely nicks the back end of that rear clipping zone. Nice job by M out front. A good lead run. Man, a solid battle right now. Great way to start the top 16. This
one judge coming in already for Kawabata, and that's all she wrote as Kawabata takes the win.
And Kawabata grabs the win and advances on to the Great 8. As Osbo will lead due to his just one position higher of Tanaka, qualifying 8th of tonight. How is the Norwegian Hammer gonna fare here at Fudzi Speedway? Good initiation so far. Tanaka, separation. Wow, Osbo goes deep into that first rear clipping zone, and the second about halfway through. Could have been a little closer on the front, and right now Osbo is in fuego.
He's on the World Championship as early launches.
So look at this, Tanaka with an early initiation. Osbo with a rolling late initiation, set himself up. And Tanaka looks like he is putting it down right now. Oh, Osbo with a big straightening there, going to that final clip. You know, kind of, oh, so look at this. So Brian Eggert says Osbo, Andy Yen says Frederick Osbo. So that means Frederick Osbo gets the win, and it's unanimous. As we are getting ready here to send it, the light is illuminated, and Matsuyama will be leading. And here we go. Tsunaga will give chase. Good early initiation from both of them, almost identical timing. Coming into view of the judge's naked eye. Matsuyama working the course. Tsunaga right there, taking out that clip. Now we did see a little bit of brown dirt there, from which driver will have to watch the replay there. Tsunaga tucking in the pocket. And a nice performance from Matsuyama and Tsunaga.
Take a look at how calculated Tsunaga is coming off the line right here. He really does a great job making himself look cool, if that's a word you can use to describe it.
100%.
In the chase position by staying close to him without looking weird, and then staying in drift as soon as Matsuyama gets into drift too. And he basically mirrors him the entire way. Does a great job right here. Calculates. You can see Matsuyama falls offline. Tsunaga stays right on the inside.
Dude.
It's an incredible chase, and he makes it look so easy.
Okay. And away they go. Send it. Here we go. Tsunaga. And Matsuyama. Here we go. Tsunaga. Throw it in. Nice. Good job. Not as close as Tsunaga was to Matsuyama, but by comparison, oh, and Matsuyama goes off course. If Tsunaga completes this, he's advancing onto the Great 8. And right now, it looks like Tsunaga will be advancing. I have to assume, slide him right, boys. Eggert, Yen, and Lantain. Masao Tsunaga gets the win unanimously from our 3 judges. Field eventually got knocked out. All right, so an initiation by Kenji, straightens out, then reinitiates. So there's Takatori into that rear clipping zone out front. Wide off of that front clip. Not pretty on either accounts, Ryan. I mean, all right, looks like we got a clean start. Didn't see any cones from this angle. There we go, Kenji Yamanaka initiates. There is Kenji. Takatori navigates and cuts through the smoke. And into that front clip and into the final rear. All right, so Eggert says one more time. Andy Yen says they're going at it again. So it's a one more time. Got to tell you that Takatori, and it was unanimous at one more time, and I agree. I mean, they're...
Well, this ought to be fun.
Oh, this should be a good one. Here we go with our next battle. Got Daigo Saito, qualifying 15th, going against Kenji Takayama, who qualified 2nd. So, you know, we know what Daigo can do. He Didn't qualify until his second run yesterday, but now he seems to be really figuring that, I don't want to say figuring that car out, but after the engine was swapped and, like I said, 12 hours they put into it. Here we go, Kenji Takayama out front, Daigo Saito giving chase. Kenji initiates, Daigo Saito, can he close the gap? Look at that, good sweeping transition. Oh my goodness, Daigo Saito right up in the mix, lighten up those Achilles radials. Daigo Saito gaining some applause from a mellow audience here. So when they applause, they know it's good.
Well, that might have been one of the best chase runs that we've seen all day, and it was a solid lead run by Takayama as well. Watch Daigo try to set himself up here. He gets a little quirky at the beginning, but then falls right into the line of Takayama. Takayama tries to get out deep to outer zone 1, doesn't. Not as deep on outer zone 2, and you can see Daigo takes advantage of the shallower line, staying right up alongside of him there. Usually that shallower line is a little bit quicker, but for Daigo, with so much grip out of that car, he's able to stay with Takayama.
And away they go, send it. Daigo out of the gate. Look at him already just kind of slipping it. Oh man, look at that early, just throwing it in. Ripping away, and smoke is just plummeting out of the back end of that car. Woo! Daigo Saito. Would like to see him a little bit deeper on that last clipping zone, but an absolute smoke machine. Here we go, slide him right for Saito. And there's Egger, Andy Yen, and Ryan Lantain. Oh, wow. One more time, wow. One more time, and there's Ryan Lantain. A lot of the competitors watching.
Oh, he did not get out good.
No, he got a really slow start here. Now Fukada qualified 7th, all the way out to that rumble strip, transitions back into the second. Ing, now he seems to be gaining some distance between him and also gaining some more angle. And then Fukada in his Falcon tires, Mark 2. Here we go, away from the start. Charles Ing, middle of the track, rolls into the initiation. Nice job, gets to the rumble strips. Good transition. Fukada actually earlier than Ing. Will that end up work? Oh, Ing slowing quite a bit of speed though. Before that contact, Ing was telling me yesterday, down on horsepower, about 550 is what he's claiming on that car. At one point it did run nitrous, but the nitrous is not plumbed currently.
I think this is going to be to fault of Ing here. On first face, it looks like a very drastic slowdown right near inside clip number 1. Now let's go back and take a look at this, because Ing does start off pretty well here. You can see Fukada adjusting in the chase position. Ing gets out nice and wide here. Watch Fukada, makes an adjustment. It allows him to tuck up right on the inside right here. Nice job. Now watch this right there. You see Ing kind of slows down, and then you have the contact. To me, that looks like fault of Charles.
Maybe missed it, so left for Fukada, right for Ing, and there it is. Tadahiro Fukada gets the win. Fukada advances, taking out Charles Ing. I saw you sweat, you got the spicy one. Here we go, back to the action one more time. Battle between that of Takatori and Yamanaka. So Takatori out front, making quick work of this course. Yamanaka seeming to be struggling a little bit to keep up with Takatori, trying to mirror what Takatori's putting down. And away they go. So Yamanaka, Takatori. Got a clean pole? Yes, we do. All right, Yamanaka initiates early on. Takatori then. Here comes Yamanaka. Does not make it out to the rumbles. Oh, Takatori dances in the dirt. And Yamanaka massaged to the outside clipping zone. Over the river and through the finish line. Left for Takatori. Yamanaka is right. Okay, so Egger said, oh, look at this. Kenji Yamanaka gets the win. He advances on to the grade 8.
It's kind of interesting being on the other side of it.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, just, you know, not being at home doing this, but from afar.
Yeah, we're kind of, you know, at the mercy sometimes. Here we go, Manoa smoking it up. Fails to get out the Oshiro, very shallow, but now goes way too deep into the dirt. Manoa right now putting it down. All right, so nice start, nice jump there from Oshiro. Onto the drag races here. Can Manoa, it seems like a strategy here from Manoa. Look at that, zeroing in. I have to think he has advantage. Oshiro in that chase position, way off the clips, now dialing it in that rear clipping zone. Manoa, look at that. Ooh, and you see that Shinoa, or Oshiro, excuse me, Shinoa. Oshiro is merging the names.
He's like a
Shinji Manoa, Daichi Oshiro. Slide him left for Manoa, right for Oshiro. And there it is. Shinji Manoa gets the win. So here's the kind of a highly anticipated battle here of Odi Bakshis, who's in contention second overall in the Formula Drift standing, going for that World Championship. Odi Bakshis going against Hayashi. And Odi gets to the outside clipping zone. Hayashi in that D-Max S15 way all over the board. Maybe kind of shocked on how this LS Hyundai Genesis Coupe did on Nitto tires. Hayashi initiates, wide on the outside, coming in, using the whole course. Hayashi, Bakshis transitions into the second rear clipping zone. Both of them go in. Oh wow! So Bakshis, almost a similar scenario earlier with Kuni. And I mean, Hayashi just went off course.
Ooh, wow.
So look at this. So Andy Yen with another one more time, and there it is. Odi Bakshis gets the win. So Odi advances on. So this is one battle for the books. Kawabata versus Osbo. Now Kawabata will lead. He qualified first in that R35 GTR, initiating into that first corner. Kawabata gets out to the white line. Osbo navigates and cuts through that Toyo tire smoke. Kawabata tight to that front clip. Frederick Osbo massages it. I like the line that Osbo took. Kawabata kind of shallowed up and barely got to that outside clipping zone, that last one. Frederick Osbo out front. Kawabata giving chase. Do we have a clean start? Yes, we do. Both are initiating as Osbo throws it out. Kawabata tries to drop into formation, into the pocket. Kawabata door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel with Frederick Osbo. Can he maintain that proximity? And it seems that he does. Nice angle and good aggression by Osbo out front, but Kawabata just showing some extreme dominance here.
Well, Kawabata not disappointing any of his fans, putting on a tremendous show here. We get a clean start as Kawabata will chase down Frederick Osbo. Now watch Kawabata really get close to Osbo here, sets himself up. A little bit of straightening right there, right before they get to the initiation point, but then all Kawabata on the back bumper of Frederick Osbo. Osbo does not fill the first zone. He does get the second. Nice job on that first clip, but then Kawabata tightens up, angles right there, right up next to Frederick Osbo, almost making contact with him, precision driving right there.
Yeah, I think they're going to slide left for Kawabata, unfortunately for Osbo, but Kawabata grabs the win. Masato Kawabata in the Greddy Racing Toyo Tires R35 GTR advances on to the Final Four. It was 100% comical, but still. Here we go. Nice job. Tsunaga throws it in. Yamanaka nowhere to be found right now. Camouflage with that white smoke. Tsunaga nice into the second rear clipping zone. Tightens up to the front clip and puts a smoky bow on it. Here we go. Yamanaka, Tsunaga coming in the first corner. Yamanaka gets out there. Sa into the second rear clipping zone. Tsunaga, Yamanaka back and forth. Good battle here between these two guys. Best, I think, run we've seen Yamanaka throw down, and Tsunaga was right there, but we got it in. Got it in.
Definitely one of the better lead runs we've seen from Yamanaka thus far this weekend, but Tsunaga continues to impress in the chase position, just well suited here. You can see he gets right on the back bumper of Yamanaka right out of the gate. Yamanaka reaches up nice and wide here on outer zone 1. But there he is, right through the smoke cloud. Tsunaga getting very close right there. Backs off for just a second, then gets back on the throttle here. Tightens back up to Kenji Yamanaka. Anybody
Tsunaga, says Brian Egger and Andy Yen. There it is, let's make it official. We advance on. Tsunaga will be going against Kawabata. So, Fukada, oh, are we seeing? Oh, a weird transition by Fukuda. Oh, Saito. And Saito shutting it down. So Fukuda finishes it out. Seems that Saito maybe a bit of frustration or having issues with his car.
Let's hope it's not a mystery.
Yep.
Turns into an eagle, flies up in the air, comes back down. And then
Daigo Saito becomes a griffin.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Mythical creatures on track. Daigo Saito initiates now after a lackluster performance on his chase run, but Fukuda, wow, look at him cut through the smoke. Not a great run for Fukuda in that chase position. Both these guys just a little wonky off the start. I mean, just wacky.
Judges have to go based off of what they see, what they hear.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think it's going to go to Fukuda, and
it does. So Fukada, he's moving on to the Final Four. Tadahiro Fukada.
Well, you just bite them because there's a lot of nerves involved.
Got it. It's a good analogy. Here we go. This is the final battle of the Grade 8 Oh, look at that. So Odi Bakshi's lacking the angle there as Manoa putting it down out front. Odi Bakshi's having some problems earlier with that front clip, and now closes the gap right there, but then it ends up biting him as Odi Bakshi's saw him applying the pressure. Let's look at this again. We were kind of conversing about what was transpiring about that wacky battle of Fukada and Saito, but Manoa out front, Bakshis gives chase.
Well, Odi Bakshis has just not been 100%. I think you'd agree with that, Jared. He's looked really good in some instances, and in others, he just had a hard time putting it together. You can see Manoa in the lead position here. Odi gets super close right here, but lacks the angle. And then right here, he dives in as Manoa fills that zone. Really close right here, but maybe a little bit too aggressive as he falls off, and then he's unable to follow Manoa into that third and final outer zone.
Of Manoa in the JZX90.
Well, this is interesting. If Odi goes out here, that would mean he would still have a lead over Osbo in the World Championship because of qualification.
So here we go. Bakshis with a strong lead run here. Manoa right there. Okay, now this is where, so look at Manoa diving in. Look at that. There's a little bit lack of angle there from Bakshis coming from that second to that front. So one more time from Brian Eggert. But one more, so they're going one more time. Hashtag FD Japan, JPN, as Manoa leads, Bakshis giving chase. Here we go. This is the one more time battle. Nice initiation by Manoa. Let's see if Odi can handle it. It seems like he does right now. Nice job, Manoa. Bakshis giving himself a little bit of room now to close the door. A nice job by Bakshis there. Still seems like a little timid of kind of dipping his toe in and then jumping in head first.
Well, a much better job this time around by Odi in the chase position. Obviously, to have a good chase, you'd like to have somebody that you're comfortable with in the lead position that's not going to lead you anywhere offline, and Manoa does just that. You can see right here he starts off on an early initiation right at the number 2 cone, gets right up on that white line in outer zone 1. Great job on outer zone 2. No deduction there. He did not drop a tire, but Odi sticks with him the entire time. So both drivers doing their jobs here.
Here we go. Bakshis.
Wow.
Kind of pinching out Manoa there a little bit, but Manoa, I mean, it's his opportunity to lunge forward and advance onto the final 4. Good transition from Bakshis. Manoa losing that back bumper due to slapping the indicator. Man, Manoa really wants this. A bright yellow shadow following Bakshis right now.
Well, Odi getting more and more comfortable, and again, we talk about the uniqueness of the way he places himself in that outer zone 1. It's almost as if he slides in there. Watch this again as Manoa super close to Odi on initiation. Pinching him right there. Odi gets right into that outer zone, swings back around just a little bit off that zone, but right on the white line. Manoa makes contact with that clip, drops a bumper, stays close to Odi. We're going to find out who's moving on into the final 4.
All right, is Odi Bakshis continuing? Okay, Brian Egger says Odi Bakshis. And Andy Yen, so Odi Bakshis advances. And Tsunaga getting in the way of this very fierce driver. This should be a fun one to watch. Here we go, Kawabata and Tsunaga. The Osbo battle was pretty strong against Kawabata. Can Tsunaga throw it down? Kawabata throws it in. Not as close as we'd expect. As Kawabata, look at that snappy transition into that front clip. Kawabata setting that thing on cruise control, man. We'll lead. Let's get a clean start. All right, full pull. Here we go. Tsunaga, Kawabata. Tsunaga throws it in. Kawabata right there. Look at this, wheel to wheel.
Nasty.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Ew! Kawabata all over Tsunaga. Are you kidding me? Wow. Kawabata is like T2 right now, the robot.
Yeah, not much to say about that. I mean, that's a clear Kawabata win there after that incredible lead run. And he puts down an equally incredible chase run here. And that is no small feat against Tsunaga, who has been incredible all weekend long. You can see Tsunaga initiates early. Kawabata's right there on the right rear quarter panel. Stays with him. Very brave act as he transitions back around. Keeps the car on course. Good movement right here by both drivers. But Kawabata is just unstoppable. And that is a scary sight to see.
No reason to do that. Joking. Masato Kawabata grabs the win unanimously and confidently. Masato Kawabata grabs the win, and he's going to the finals. Seeing a continuing drivers coming over here and competing with some of the best like Kawabata, and we're seeing some drivers really come up through the ranks, and I think that's great. It's a testament to drifting not just being Japanese, but being worldwide. As we see Odi Bakshis going to that first rear clip, a little more fluid there. And there as well as Fukada now approaches it. That first front clip and final rear clipping zone. Here we go, Falcon tires on Fukada's vehicle. Bakshis giving chase. Rolling into it, a little bit of correction there from Bakshis. Oh, coming in hot. It's Fukada and Bakshis. Transition. Shallow is Bakshis. Fukada bringing that final rear clipping zone. Wow. Fukada kind of scrubbing some speed there, allowing Bakshis to catch up. And you saw Bakshis touch the brakes. Bring it on down, Ryan.
Well, there's a red light as it goes black. Both drivers have permission to leave the line. Fukada in the lead position, Odi Bakshis in the chase. Look how close Odi stays with Fukada coming around this corner here. You can see early initiation by Fukada. Odi's with him right on that right rear corner panel. Fukada gets out to the white line on outer zone 1. Good snappy transition. Odi cuts the line for a second. We'll go back to the other camera to catch that section of the run, but Odi stays with him pretty much the entire time there.
There's going to be an all-Japan finals. Eggert says Bakshis. Yen says Odi Bakshis is going to the finals. Odi Bakshis is going to the finals, and it's unanimous. Finals here, the first ever G-Shock presents Formula Дрифт Japan World Championship round. Like I said, Ryan, he's got to get on that horse as Kawabata throws it in. Not too bad of a distance there for Odi Bakshis. Kawabata does exactly what he needs to do. Nice snappy transition. A lot of dirt was being thrown up there by Odi Bakshis, trying to cut through that Toyo tire smoke. Is Bakshis. So Ryan, we saw what transpired, what we kind of thought.
A strong effort from Bakshis, and you can see he hedges a little bit here. Watch, he gets a little bit of a late jump out of the gate here. Kawabata gets him on that section, or on the red light there as it goes off. But then Odi comes up on the inside, trying to take away some of that distance from Kawabata. Kawabata comes up to this outer zone here, fills it. This is where Odi falls back a little bit. He looks like he's shining here, but then he drops that tire. Not extremely, but it does cause him to fall back a little bit. So this is going to be an advantage, Kawabata.
Who's going to get it? Odi leads the line. Arc Performance, Field Suspension, Ditto Tires, Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Kawabata in the Gretti, Toyo Tires GTR.
Not letting him get away.
Odi Bakshis. Kawabata right there, initiating into that rear clipping zone. Kawabata. Odi Bakshis shuts it down. Kawabata continues going through the course.
What happened here?
What has transpired now? The local fans applauding. Was there some contact?
A little bit of confusion, and not the most exciting way to finish the event here, but let's take a look. You see a clean start.
Odi was really kind of defending his line. He's like posting up.
Don't see any issues there on the start. Odi trying to kick it out here, no flag. I'm surprised that Odi didn't keep drifting, because it looked to me as if Kawabata was really encroaching on the position there. So it makes me think that something is not right with Odi.
And there it is. Kawabata is your winner. Masato Kawabata in that Gretti Team Toyo Tires Drift 35X GTR is your winner here at Fuji Speedway. That means second place goes to the Arc Performance Field Suspension V8 Hyundai Genesis Coupe on Nitto Tires. Odi Bakshis. Animus Bakshis gets second place here. And don't know what language that is, but congratulations to him. And grabbing third place in his Falcon Tires Chaser, Tadahiro Fukada. Fukada grabs third place. Turk going into that first rear clipping zone, initiating. Matchy to that marker. Look at Yokoi applying the pressure. Are we going to see Yokoi? Whoa! Oh, doctor, look at this. Fire. Woo! Going back to the future is Yokoi. See what happened there. Make some noise for Yokoi and Ryan Turk.